When you think of metaphors, do you think of high literature or poetry? You might be surprised to learn that you use metaphors every day. And not only do you use them every day, you probably use them every hour of every day. Metaphors are everywhere in our language. What do I mean? Well, let's imagine I say, I see what you mean. That's a metaphor. I don't actually see what you mean. I can't see it. I understand what you mean. But we often talk about understanding as seeing. Or if I said, I stumbled over my words. Well, I didn't literally stumble over my words. I metaphorically stumbled over my words because we often talk about speaking or talking using a metaphor of walking. There are at least two major ways that metaphor shows up in everyday speech. One is that we use metaphor as a way to create new meanings for words we already have in the language. Think about what we've done with computers and the internet. We talk about the web, which is a metaphor. Or with your computer, you have a mouse, which is a metaphor. It used to look more like a mouse than it does now. It had a little tail, maybe it had little red eyes, and it kind of scurried around. Other metaphors you may not notice, things like a crane in a construction site is a metaphor, or a leaf in a book, also a metaphor. So that's one way we use metaphors every day. The other way is what linguists call a conceptual metaphor. And this comes from some really important work by George Lakoff and Mark Johnson in a book called Metaphors We Live By. And they pointed out that many conceptual or abstract things we talk about using metaphors. I already told you about understanding as seeing. We can talk about time as money. We borrow time. We spend time. We invest our time. That's all using a metaphor of time as money. We sometimes talk about learning as eating. I'm not sure that's always a good thing, but we do it. We chew on ideas. We digest facts. And students will tell you that sometimes they feel like on an exam, they're being asked to regurgitate. Life can be a journey. We are travelers on that journey. We march forward. And when you think about it, the way we talk about our lives has to do with the way we experience the world in our bodies, because the future is ahead of us. This is because our eyes are in the front of our heads, and the past is behind us as we move forward through time. So I hope that when you think about metaphor, you will realize that in fact, metaphors are all around you. It's not a special thing that we do only in poetry or high literature. It's actually part of the poetry of everyday talk.